Amber.
Yep, I'm here.
I was just letting you know that eScribe and YouTube are ready to go. So whenever you guys want to go, let me know.
Okay, that sounds great. We'll give it a few more minutes so people can get back, and we'll start right at 11 then. Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Hi, Donna.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. It is 11 o'clock. So, Joe, I think we're going to go ahead and get started to keep us on schedule. I'm going to call the Parks and Conservation of January 6, 2021 to order, our first Parks and Conservation meeting of the year. We continue to meet virtually, as all of you can see. There are lots of ways to participate though, and you can always leave us a voicemail message for all of City Council at 406-552-6012, or leave us an email at council@ci.missoula.us. If you are calling in for this and you want to raise your hand when I call for public comment, use *9, that will raise and lower your hand, and *6 will mute and unmute you. So let's see who we have here in the, okay, I think we have Jim. Okay, so I am calling the meeting to order, and I'll do roll call quickly. Joe, I'll go ahead and do roll call, and then when we take a vote, assuming we have a motion, I'll let you do that. Anderson.
Present.
Sarah.
Present.
Contos.
Here.
Harp.
Present.
Hess.
Present.
Jones.
Present.
Merritt.
Present.
Mr. Ramos let me know that he will not be in the Parks and Conservation meeting today, so he will be absent. Cheryl is present. Vasika?
Present.
Von Lossberg?
Here.
And West?
Present.
Great, so we have everyone present except for Mr. Ramos. Is there, I see Jim as an attendee, and I know he is going to speak after Donna. Jim, you could raise your hand if you have public comment on items not on the agenda. I am going to let you in here after to speak after Donna. So no public comment. We do have minutes from, I think it is the 18th. Let me double check. From this, nope, sorry, the 16th. Minutes from the 16th to December 16th to approve, unless I see anyone wanting to amend those minutes, those will stand approved. And I don't see any council people's hands up, so those minutes will be approved. And we just have one agenda item today, and that is a land use agreement with Resurrection Cemetery Association. And we have Donna Gockler from Parks and Rec here to speak. So why don't you go ahead and take it away, Donna.
Okay, well, greetings again and Happy New Year. I am hoping I'm sharing my screen, so if you can confirm that, that would be great.
You
I
are.
wanted to start first and foremost with two notes here. One, a welcome and a thank you to Jim Carney, finance officer with the Resurrection Cemetery Association of the Catholic Diocese of Helena. He's been a wonderful professional to work with over the past couple of years. As we discussed, the parcel of land that is on your screen and outlined in blue, that's approximately 4.11 acres when I take out the small square in the upper left or in the northwest corner, which is where the Catholic Diocese Sexton office and business takes place for St. Mary's Cemetery. Most Northsiders and Westsiders have valued this property for decades, and many a Northside versus Westside softball game has occurred here over the years. For many years, it was one of our only lighted softball fields in the community. With the generosity of the Catholic Diocese and the RCA, Resurrection Cemetery Association, we've been using this parcel without an agreement for several years. And one of the things that I wanted to do, particularly considering our low level of service for parklands, and as this neighborhood continues to grow and become more dense, is make sure that the city had a long-term interest in this property so we could invest in it and make it a much more multi-use space for residents in the neighborhood. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and give you a new share. Are you able to see the referral? Okay. So what I'm asking today is that the City Council approve a land use agreement with Resurrection Cemetery Association and author the mayor to sign that agreement. The attached agreement gives us an affordable and advantageous outcome for the community and particularly the neighborhoods. It's a low cost 50-year term with a renewable 20-year, and allows us to retain and actually expand parkland use, including the community gardens. The Northside Community Gardens are among, if not the most popular, most used, most rented, most cherished neighborhood gardens in our entire community. I wanted to point out a couple of things. We did engage in a determination of parkland inventory, applying the 2004 adopted master park plan of acres per 1,000, and also walkable neighborhoods, or being able to walk to a park within a half mile without crossing a major barrier. And you'll see in the referral, there's quite a bit of detail and data. But as of 2018, we are looking to acquire an additional 56 acres, and with projected growth, generally the same growth numbers used in the LRTP, Long Range Transportation Plan, and Mountain Line plans. By 2050, we would be looking to add 104 acres to meet our 2004 goals for level of service. So we know the area is underserved. We have been spending a considerable amount of Parks and Recreation key resources in retaining or expanding those lands, particularly with the density increase. And more than anything, I really want to thank City Council, the mayor and our CAO, and especially Jim Carney with the RCA and the Catholic Diocese. Like never before. And when I say before, the pandemic gave us a whole new understanding, even beyond where Missoulians were before, about the value and importance of green space in our neighborhoods nearby, because they became our places to gather socially. The gyms were closed to get outside for fitness. Schools were closed or in hybrid sessions. And so education and family time, kid time was happening there. And all those things are happening in our green spaces, which as we look at growing inward and becoming more dense, as we look at being affordable, parks are one of the few places that are free to the public. And there is little to no way to understand the demographic of the people I meet there. I just meet folks and we eventually become neighbors, making a safer environment for all. And so with that, that's my presentation, my request to City Council to approve the 50-year term agreement. There is a cost to the agreement that is noted in the financial of less than $4,000 per year. We think this is a value well worth investing in our neighborhood and our community. And with that, I'd like to give Jim an opportunity to speak from the RCA and the diocese.
Great, thank you. I'm going to promote Jim here. So Jim, I'm going to bring you into the meeting. And let's see. Jim, I think you should be, oh, you're a panelist now, Jim. Okay. Jim, can you hear me?
I can, thank you.
Oh, great. Okay. Thanks for being here. And yeah, please take the floor. We're happy to hear from you.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for having us here today, and also to thank Donna for her kind comments and her work on this project. It's been a much longer process than I think any of us thought it would be, but historically the church isn't quick in moving or making decisions. So I want to thank everybody for their patience on that. And then just to say that the Cemetery Association, the diocese, is very excited about the expanded use of this property, and believe it'll help maximize the benefit for the community, and also hopefully better help to connect the community with the historical St. Mary's Cemetery. So again, thank you to all, and happy to answer any questions you might have.
Great. Thanks, Jim. And thanks for being here. I want to thank the diocese. I think that this is a really important, access to parkland is a really important piece of having an equitable community. And I think Donna pointed it out, how we really have seen during this pandemic the importance of having parkland. But even without that, we need kids to be outside. We need them to be moving. And as we increase our density, this just becomes crucial to having livable communities. So thank you, Jim, and thank you, Donna. And Donna, I really appreciate all the data that you put into this, because it is important as a city council that we're looking forward. And this really gives you a sense of what that growth is going to look like and how we're going to have a hard time keeping up with the demand for parkland, even without this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and go to questions from the council, and I will call on you as I see you on my screen. Heather, go ahead.
Thanks, Amber. Donna, you caught my ear with the statistics in the referral regarding the number of acres that we have for the north side at just over 12. And trying to think about how we get to 56, not including the 100 plus that we would need. Do you have any particular plans, I guess, on how you're going to actually try and increase the number of acreage?
We have been discussing at length with one of the functional work teams within the city around the opportunity zones. How do we acquire additional lands, and been working and visiting with many of the partners that have larger land holdings within the north side and west side, working with Missoula Redevelopment Agency and the Urban Renewal District Plan for Scott Street Reserve, as well as the neighborhood and the schools, because we just recently, in November 2019, extended our agreement with Missoula County Public Schools for West Side Park at Lowell.
Okay. Follow-up question, if I might?
Yeah, go ahead.
The other thing that caught my ear was how this is a dense neighborhood that has few parks. Can you give us an example of one of our neighborhoods here in Missoula that it actually does in fact have enough parkland for its population?
Yeah, there's three neighborhoods that immediately jump into my mind. Most of the Linda Vista Miller Creek is well parked. The developer from the beginning saw great value in green space for residents. And there's just a handful of developers there, but one in between, one in particular, Lloyd Twite, who really valued parkland. And of course, the Two Rivers area around Fort Missoula, a massive amount of parkland with the regional park. And then the Rattlesnake, while they, with Greeno, Gregory and Pineview, and then are generally surrounded by open space, are very well parked. Those would be probably our best parked, if you will, neighborhoods in the entire community.
Great, I appreciate that context, and I'm happy to make the recommendation unless someone else would like to do so.
I would love to give, if you don't mind, Heather, I would love to give the opportunity to representatives from that area, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, have at it.
I appreciate your questions, and I think we're all excited about this, so I appreciate your enthusiasm around it too. Brian.
And I will gladly take advantage of that opportunity. So thank you, Amber, and thank you, Heather. And in the spirit of, spirit of the new year, please consider this making the recommended motion on behalf of myself and my colleague from Ward 1, Heidi. A few things. First, Mr. Carney, I just want to say thank you. These negotiations, they do take a long time. They're detailed, and full transparency. My wife, Genevieve Marsh, works at Garden City Harvest and oversees the community gardens. There's no financial conflict of interest here, I assure everybody. But I've had a sort of front seat into the efforts that have gone on to secure over time the continued operation of those gardens. Donna spoke to them eloquently and accurately. They're a cherished part of the community, and indeed the greater complex there is a really vital center within the community. Unfortunately, when I look at views of that park, I am constantly reminded of the number of softball games that I have played in and lost there, and including the fly ball at third base that, and to be clear, I was a pretty damn good baseball player in my younger days that hit me square on the head and bounced into foul territory, and then the guy hit a home run on the next pitch. So I've got a long history with that area, but it's a vital part of the community there. And so thank you, Jim, and thank you, Donna. Few, if any, people, unless they're directly involved in these negotiations, understand the length of time and dedication and complexity and attention to detail that's required to make these things happen. We get to kind of review the end product, and it's just impossible to fully appreciate all of the work and dedication that goes into getting to this point. So this is a wonderful thing for the neighborhood. It's a wonderful thing for the broader community in Missoula, and I'm just thrilled to support. So thanks.
Thanks, Brian. I thought that was probably why your hand was up. And I want to ditto what Brian said to Donna. I mean, I don't think I've, as a lifelong conservationist myself, I don't think that I have ever met anyone so dedicated to parks and getting our kids and our community out and conservation lands and all of that as Donna. So Donna, I appreciate your work on this and on many, many other projects. Julie, go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everyone. Many, many moons ago, I used to live in one of those apartment buildings right across the street from the baseball diamond. So, Brian, I wouldn't be surprised if I was witness to you getting bonked on the head. And I mean, in that short time that I lived there, that field was constantly in use. The little playground next to it was also heavily used. So I'm really glad that we are formalizing this arrangement, and very thankful to the landowners for being able to give us such a generous conditions for this long-term lease. And I'm really excited, very happy to support this.
Thanks, Julie. And if anyone has any video of that play, I would love to have it. I'd pay for it. I'd publish it in all sorts of places. Thanks, Julie. Sandra.
Thanks. This acquisition would be really nice. I would like to look at it in future years, but this year, especially in a time with the lockdown and everybody's looking at their budgets, the city needs to as well with the 50-year agreement for what is almost $4,000 a year for this, plus increased maintenance costs, equipment costs, etc. Especially during a year when we're putting additional strain on property owners. We need to look at our wants versus our needs, and I don't think that this is a need at this time. So unfortunately, I cannot support this motion, but I really do appreciate all the work and all the stories. My mom grew up on the north side, so I'm sure that she probably saw that bump on your head too, Brian. But thank you. I cannot support this.
Thanks, Sandy. Heidi?
Thank you. I just also want to echo thanks to Donna and everyone who's worked on this for an incredibly long amount of time. I think realize that this isn't already a city park. Is incredibly well used. There are people constantly, especially in the baseball diamond, throwing balls to their dogs. Oh, and I have a bad internet connection, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. And I just want to say that I think it is really important to secure access to this part of land for the neighborhood into the future. It's been more heavily used than ever since the pandemic, and I look forward to seeing some improvements on things like the basketball court, for example, that definitely can use some love and investment. And I think this long-term plan secures the ability to do that. So I'm really excited about this and what it will bring to the neighborhood in the future.
Thanks, Heidi. And Donna, did you have your hand up, Donna? Thought I saw it.
Just real briefly, I saw that Jim was online here. Jim was huge in this early in the process. Has always been a great partner of Parks. I wanted to recognize Jim Nugent's role as well as our staff. David is our data master, and so a lot of the data you see is coming from him. Just wanted to share that with you.
That's great. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you to Jim. Mirta?
Just wanted to bring up my support of this. As a former West Sider, I truly enjoyed all those games and beating the North Siders several times. So I am very familiar with how important this piece of property is to both neighborhoods. It's a well-used piece of property by kids, grown-ups, dogs, everyone. So I feel completely supportive of this, and thank you for making it happen.
Yeah, thanks for those comments. I mean, this is a very inexpensive way to get an outdoor park area for our kids in our community. So I appreciate your comments. Jordan?
Thanks. I want to start by saying that the best thing I could do for the west side would be to go play ball for the north side. Maybe I'll consider that next year. But this is great. I want to thank Jim and Donna and the whole team that worked on this for putting together a long-term agreement. I want to highlight how affordable this is too. I mean, this is just over $300 a month for a cherished piece of parkland that sees a huge amount of use. So I think this is money really well spent from our parks budget. I think that it does a lot to preserve parkland in an area that is underparked. So I'm highly supportive, and I really thank everyone for working hard to put this together.
Thanks, Jordan. I don't see any other council hands up. And I would say we would take public comment, but there's no public here. So I think we're going to go ahead and take a vote. Joe, would you be able to do that for me, to take a roll call vote? Joe, if you're speaking, you're muted. I'm also happy to take a vote on this motion.
Sorry, guys. Yes, I can go ahead and do the vote. Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Myrta Becerra,
Yes.
John Contos,
No.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Jordan Hess,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Julie Merritt,
Yes.
Amber Sherrill,
Yes.
Sandra Vasetta,
No.
Brian Von Lossberg,
Yes.
Heidi West.
Yes.
Joe, I think Jesse Ramos is here now. I don't think we got his vote. And could you mark him as present as well?
Yes, I'm sorry. Jesse Ramos,
No.
Okay, so that we've got everyone here. So that would be 3 no's and 9 yays. So Brian, I need a little consultation here. I think we should not put this on the consent agenda and just have this at the meeting on Monday. Where do we put it then? Where does that go?
It's the no votes have the option to have it on the consent agenda, or any other council member can have it during committee reports. I'm
that's
in.
what you just said.
Okay, so yeah.
So if you want it on the committee reports, I don't mind putting it there, whichever one you want, Amber.
I think that would be fine. Let's put it on the committee report. Okay, so Joe, thank you, everyone. Joe, so that'll go on the committee reports for Monday, and I think that's our only item. So Donna and Jim, thank you again. Really appreciate this, looking forward to it. And I think that's it. So we are adjourned until 11:45, which I think we have committee of the whole. Thanks,
you.
Donna.
On this one, there's just Zoom on both. Yeah, Zoom on both and eScribe on this one. That's how Art set me up. Yep. I'm just covering this one, and usually I'm in either Jack Reedy or.